Hello and welcome to the best Theri build. Now you may be thinking, hold on, he's already made a Theri build video, and you would be right, but Theri has received new abilities and I believe there's a new best build. What you can expect from this video is obviously the best Theri build, but also a small PvP tutorial, survival tips and much more. I really hope you enjoy. Now if you want to use my Theri build, you're going to need to make a Theri. So let's do that. We're going to be using the plus reflect damage subspecies, and let me give you a few survival tips. You're slow as a baby and you take medium full damage, so it's going to be quite hard to escape attackers. That's where the baby skin comes into play. Look on screen, this is a baby Theri just running up a path and then boom, he ducks into a bush and he disappears. The baby skin is dark. As long as you face your white tail away from your attacker, you should be able to hide very effectively. And now once you hit sub-adult, you will have unlocked all the ability slots needed for the build. So let's get right into it. Now for this first slot, I just like to leave it on standard. I think the defense isn't the best because it takes away from your stamina, and the speed takes away your defense. I just don't like to take away those stats. I like to keep it standard. Now equip bite, and to be honest, you may never use this. You might use it to bite a tail or to bite a thalas hovering above your face. Maybe a dino is on a rock and you can only reach it with bite. So equip it, it could come in useful. Now equip a lone survivor, as the armor increase is always nice and the increased maneuverability is going to help you while tail riding. Now we're going to be using claw attack and claw barrage. And you might be thinking, why are we using two fast claw attacks? And that's because claw barrage is trash unless you get it to like above 4 stacks. On the screen right now, those are the first 2 stacks of claw barrage, and as you can see, that Rex's health hasn't changed. That's why you need claw attack. If you're fighting anything other than a big slow apex, you're gonna die if you don't have it. Now resilient hide is going to be perfect. Increased bleed resistance is going to be so nice, as bleeder dinos have become so common in the modding community. Now we're going to be using traction as we're going for a tail riding playstyle, and traction paired with Theri's fast precise movement speed is going to make tail riding a walk in the park. Now while I show you this last ability, I just ask that if you're enjoying this video or finding it useful, please consider subscribing, as I'm literally trying to turn this into my job and your help would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, back dodge, one of my favourite abilities in the game. It's so good for baiting out abilities, it literally counters tail riding. It's amazing. If you mess up your positioning in a fight, back dodge is like a reset ability. It's great. Here's an example of some back dodge value. This Rex thinks he's going to bite me, I back dodge and I am perfectly behind him ready for a tail ride. And this is how the final build should look. Feel free to screenshot this and send it to anyone who might need a Theri build. But if this build doesn't really work for your playstyle, try this one. This is the second best Theri build and it might just suit you better. Now don't click off just yet, there's much more to this video, like a PvP tutorial that's coming up. But right here we're looking at Thicket. It's a really nice woodland brownie skin. It blends in nicely in areas like Young Grove and Dark Woods, maybe some areas in Whistling Columns. But now onto a small PvP tutorial. I hope you're ready for some high octane PvP, because that is exactly what Theri PvP is. There's no messing around with this playstyle. I'm running straight in, trying to get behind the Rex, and I do successfully. Now I'm going to start the tail ride, and I'm going to mainly be going for claw barrages. But one thing I want to say about claw barrage is the hitbox is low, so it's almost impossible to land a claw barrage on a dino's tail. So you need to almost land it on their butts or the back of their legs. So that's why occasionally you're going to see me mix in a few claw attacks, just because I feel like I can't land the claw barrages. Like right there, I'm able to hit the tail, and I have 5 stacks of claw barrage. All I have to do is keep these stacks piled up, and I should be doing massive damage for the rest of this fight. I'm able to stay behind with traction and this fast precise movement. There's nothing really this Rex can do to shake me off. Whenever he precise moves, I just walk around him, and he's on death scars just like that, and within a minute, this Rex is dead. Now Theri is strong, but let's talk about some things you need to avoid. For starters, we've got terrain like this. Anywhere where your opponents can get up against a rock very easily, or somewhere where you're limited on your movement, because we need to tail ride, we need to run around, we need the freedom of movement in this playstyle. Now for carnivore counters, we have OG Rex. Once face tank is fixed, I actually don't know if it's fixed or still broken, but When it's working, OG Rex as a counter. DB aggro is busted. And I just added Giga in there because I feel like a good Giga could take on a Theri. Now for herbivore counters we have EO, which is kind of obvious. I felt a little weird about putting it in here, but it kind of makes sense because they're in the same tier. Bars and Stego. Stego is pretty obvious as well. Like, Stego is one of the strongest herbivores in the game. It's amazing. Counters pretty much anything. And bars, like, what are you going to do against a bars? So come on. To finish off this video, here's an Assassin's Creed style Theri kill. This wasn't even staged. I just got lucky while filming a replay and jumped on top of this Giga. But that's all I've got for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, or if you found it useful, please consider dropping a like and subscribing, as it helps out more than you could know. With that being said, thank you for watching, and goodbye.